Everybody, welcome back. We're at day 20. I feel like singing it because it's super late, and I hope you're enjoying this because I didn't know if I was going to make it here today. I was like kind of getting everything together, and I'm like, Tracy, it's time. Tracy, stop stalling. Tracy, start preparing. I am back. Today is day 20. I really enjoyed day 19. I think that's why I was lingering there. I was really enjoying the fact that I did day 19 on a Wednesday. That kind of meant something to me. So I was like, let me linger in that moment. Still, we have to move forward because this is YITDOTS Fitness 30-day dance yoga challenge. One purpose, one pose, one purpose. And YITDOTS, remember, is an acronym that stands for Yoga is the Dance of the Soul. So I want to begin today with giving you a little bit of an offering. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali says, the greatest secret, it's not enough to have intuitions. We must not live by them. Well, we must live by them. But we must act on them. So I'm going to say that again. It's not enough to have intuitions. We must act on them. We must live by them. So this is what I'm doing here. This is what these lives are about. This was an intuitive move for me. I thought about this and I'm like, you know what? You've got to get out there and start showing people what YITDOTS is about and do it live for the first time. And as simple as this is, because I see it's being done everywhere. I work at a gym and it's being done all the time at this gym. In fact, I think people get their memberships at this gym because it's so pretty that they know they can shoot videos there. Because literally there are people shooting their videos all the time and several videos going on at one time. It almost feels like a movie studio when I'm there. And people are doing the most fascinating things. So I understand that this is simple for some people or maybe every day. However, for me, this was me moving on that greatest secret. So I hope you guys are enjoying it because this is a blessing for me to share this with you. All right, let's start off first with the book club. Light on Yoga, BKS Iyengar, please get the book because the book club is going to be an important part of how you move forward in learning more about not just what you gain from being on the mat, however, how the whole unity, that yoke, that bringing us together, that union of yoga works in your life. So please get the book. Once again, Light on Yoga, BKS Iyengar, and I look forward to you guys joining the book club. Okay. All right. Let's get started. We're on day 20, so we know how this goes. I mean, you've been here for 20 days. You know exactly where we're headed. We're going to start off first with the Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, and then we're going to go into the pose of the day. And I think you're going to like this one. So let's get started. Okay. I hope you like today's filter for those of you that are on Facebook. And for those of you that are not on Facebook, it doesn't seem like you have a filter, but I have so much coconut oil on me, you might as well call this a layer of filtering in itself, because I feel like it is. So enjoy the coconut filter that I feel like I've given you both, on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, let's get started. We're at the top of our mat, feet about hip distance apart, tailbone down, lift your chest up, sending that heart chakra forward, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Send those traps, those rhomboids. And I want you to really stand up tall. And I want you to bring your hands down to the side of your body, palms facing forward, and take a deep breath in. Continuing to engage the core and take a relaxing breath out. Relax the whole body. Once again, take a deep breath in. Expand the lungs. And take a relaxing breath out. The last one, we're going to hold it. Take a deep breath in, more, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. All right. Let's breathe in. Bring your arms up and arch back. And then slowly lower the arms to heart center. Pressing your thumbs into your sternum, into that heart space. Tucking the chin to chest and really bringing your awareness into that area. Kind of feel your heartbeat. This is where I'd like you to set your intentions for today's practice. What you'd like to receive, what you'd like to give, what you'd like to learn about yourself. Feel that. I'll give you a moment. All right. Once you have found and allowed your intentions to find you, I want you to speak it aloud 3 times. Say it 3 times out loud or just within the privacy of your own heart. As I normally do, I will speak mine aloud. So my intentions are to make my movements my meditation. My intentions are to make my movements my meditation. My intentions are to make my movements my meditation. Okay, I hope you are ready. From here, take a deep breath in as you float your arms up and back. Really pressing your biceps in towards your ears and float down on the exhale. Beautiful. Take a slight bend to the knee, hands to the side of the feet, crown of the head facing down. Beautiful. Straighten out the legs just a little bit if you can. And continue to engage the core as you bring your nose closer to your knees. Really press down in all 4 corners of your feet, meaning your pinky toe, your big toe, and both sides of your heels. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and step the right foot back as far as you can, lifting your chest up. We're going to rise the arms nice and high. And then cactus them open. We won't make too much deviations from the regular sun salutations. However, we're going to add small little elements. From here, take a deep breath in and straighten the left foot, pointing the toes to the ceiling, stretching out the hammies. Bend it back in. Beautiful. Plant the hands to the side. Bring the left foot back. You are now in plank pose. Head looking down towards the mat. Really push away from the floor. Take a deep breath in. And bring your knees down. Send your hips back. And slide forward. 8-point pose. And lift up. Untucking the toes for upward facing dog or cobra. Beautiful. Tuck chin to chest, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Adjust your hands if necessary. Stretch out your wrist if you need to. Keep your fingertips nice and wide. Open up
your toes. Make sure you give your toes room and breathe. Continue to send your hips back as you do your best to bring your chest, your torso closer to your thighs. Keeping the arms straight. Beautiful. Look forward. Take a deep breath in. Step the right leg forward. Bring the left knees down, untucking the back toes. Once again, lift the arms up as you give me a little bit of an arch back as you send the left hips forward. Take a deep breath in and cactus the arms down. Take a deep breath in once again and straighten the right leg for this half split. Right toes facing the ceiling. Stretching out those hamstrings on the right side. Keep a slight bend in the knee and bend it forward. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, tucking chin to chest. Lift the knees up and then send your left leg to meet your right. Bringing the crown of the head down towards the mat. Breathe and relax the mind. From here, grab opposite elbows, and let's go into ragdoll, getting a little bit of a spinal twist. Keeping the head, the crown of the head down, facing down towards the mat. And keep the breath in motion. Like I said, we're still doing Surya Namaskar, still warming up, just giving a little bit extra movements to warm up the body a little quicker. And come to stillness. Shake the head yes. And shake the head no. Beautiful. Plant the hands down towards the mat. Take a deep breath in. And float the arms up. And arch back. Beautiful. Come standing tall and bring your hands rounded to the back side of your body into Tadasana. Continue to engage your core, roll your shoulders up, back, and tower. All right, we're going to do this one more time on the left side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale into Namaste. Breathe in, float the arms up and back. And exhale as you fold forward, bowing to your own heart, bringing your nose closer to your knees. Straighten out the legs as much as you can, while keeping your back straight. And take a deep breath in. Send that left foot back as far as you can. Knees down, untuck the toes. Wave the arms up. Give me a nice little arch. Thrusting the left hips forward. And round the hands as you straighten the right foot for this half split. Toes pointed towards the ceiling. Stretching out those hamstrings, that gastrocnemius, the calves. Breathe through this. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Bend the knees. Clap the hands. And send the right leg back. You are now in plank. Push away from the floor. Head looking down towards the mat. Squeezing the belly button towards the spine. Bring the knees down. Push your hips back. Slide forward, keeping the elbows in towards the side. 8-pointed pose. Chest, chin down, and lift up for upward facing dog or cobra. Make sure your shoulders are back and down. And really look
up, opening up those thyroid glands and breathing. Take a deep breath in. Tuck chin to chest, tuck the toes, lift the knees up, and send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Once again, sending your torso, your chest towards your thighs, keeping your arms straight. Fingertips nice and wide, toes nice and wide. Your toes and fingers, they're all fingers. In essence, you have 20 fingers. So spread all 20 fingers and breathe through this. And take a deep breath in. Send the left leg forward. Untuck the back toes. Right knee down. And once again, lift up. Give me a slight arch back. Let's cactus the arms. We forgot to do this on the other side. However, that's okay. How much cactuses do we actually need? Take a deep breath in and straighten the left foot. Straighten the knees. You're in this half split. Toes facing the ceiling. Continue to engage the core. Breathe in and bend the knees. Plant the hands. Tuck the toes. Bring the right leg to meet your left. Bring the crown of your head down towards the mat. And once again, grab opposite elbows. And let's go from side to side. In a little bit of a spinal twist. Keeping the crown of your head facing down towards the mat. Breathing in and out. Last one. And pause. Come into stillness. Allow your body to be heavy. Keep a slight bend in the knee. Try not to bring all your weight onto your toes. Try to balance it between the balls of your feet, your heels, and your toes. From here, shake your head yes. And shake your head no. Beautiful. Hands down. And bend the knees graciously. And slowly roll up. Deep breath in. Arch back. And come up and bring your hands down to the side. Continuing to engage the core, squeezing that belly button to your spine. Take a deep breath in. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And breathe in once again. And bring your hands to heart center in this namaste pose. And come to the center of your mat in a wide-legged stance. And once again, let's just sway from side to side, shifting the weight from your right to your left foot, feeling the change in your balance, your center of gravity, and come to stillness. Once again, think about your intentions, feel out what you want to do. Adjust your feet if they feel too wide, bring them in. Always be mindful of your own intuition when it comes to your body. And release. Whew. Okay, we are here on day 20. Super happy, super thankful that you continue to join us every single day because you have a desire to move rhythmically and to bring your meditative practice within your yoga and move through it in a very smooth way. So once you're finished with the YITDOTS is your meditation, and at the same time, when you sit down to meditation, you've already wrestled out all that extra energy, and you've allowed yourself to flow and be still when the time is needed. Because all movement goes into stillness, and all sound goes into silence. So it's necessary. All parts are necessary. Okay, so today's pose of the class is standing pigeon pose. Da, 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 da. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I want to say our first pose for this challenge was pigeon pose. You can go back and check. If it wasn't the first, it was definitely within the first week. We had pigeon pose. However, today we have standing pigeon. And this is a huge, beautiful movement. I'll show you how it looks like. So I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to shift my weight, and you can join me. I'm going to shift my weight onto the right foot. And then I'm going to bring, and this is a balanced pose. So it's a balanced pose. So it's extra juicy because it requires focus and concentration and presence. All of the things that are so beautiful about yoga in general. So from here, you're going to bring the ankle, not the actual bony part. The bony part should go over. But you're going to bring the ankle on the bottom part of the thigh, not on the knee, the bottom part of the thigh, and then you're going to push your hip back, push your glutes back, and sit as far back as you can. And you can bring your hands to prayer pose, you can keep it on your hip, whatever works for you. And right now, you're going to feel a great stretch in your hip flexors and your side hip. You're also going to feel just all this beautiful yumminess going on as you strengthen the leg that you're standing on. So your ankles are being strengthened, that leg is being straightened. This is a really good pose, and of course, balance that we all need. So this is where we're at. This is the pose of the day, standing pigeon. Oh, this is a yummy one. This is a yummy, and there's so much about stretching the hips because there's said to be a lot of childhood trauma held in our hips. So you're going to see a lot of yoga poses really focused on the hips. And the hips are, they're right there in the center, so they're necessary. So I like that this pose targets the hip flexors, focus, concentration, balance, and also strengthening, disciplining the leg that you're standing on, the ankles, because sometimes our ankles get a little wonky. So this is great to do all of that. So I hope you're enjoying this because we're going to take the YITDOTS to the next level with this particular pose of standing pigeon. All right, let me show you on the other side. Join me. Remember, this is not a looking class. This is a feeling class, a doing class. Okay, so let's join me and continue on moving. All right, engage your core. Find a drishti point, focus on it, and as you get into the pose, keep your eyes on that drishti point because that's what's going to help you along with other things within your body. Okay, take a deep breath in, standing up tall. I want you to put your weight, shift your weight onto the left foot, and then we're going to lift the right leg up, and I want you to flex the foot. Because when we flex the foot, it stabilizes the knee. So this is good. And then we're going to bring the ankle onto the bottom of the thigh, that quadricep. And then I want you to push your hips back and sit, allowing that knee to open up. I feel bad sometimes when I give you balance poses because I can't look at you guys because I have to focus too. But this is it right here. And you don't want to cave forward. You want to keep your chest as high as you can. And then sit down. Keeping that foot flexed. And take a deep breath in. Come up. Ooh. Okay. I love this pose. It's so accessible to everyone. Even though we're balancing, because your legs are in this kind of uniform weight where you know at any time you can bring them down, you're more likely to hold it because you know at every given point you're in a completely controlled place. And you're coming down. So because you're coming down, it gives you this feeling of I can touch down if necessary. So it's balanced, but it's balanced with safety. However, with all that being said, if you're uncomfortable with this pose, you can do it standing next to a wall. You could do it with your back to a wall. You could do it to the side of the wall so that you can have a little bit more assistance. So Make your choices. Okay, let's go into the Yit dots, and I want to show you this pose forward too. I think that's going to make more sense. So let's shift. Let's do it together. Let's all do this together. This is a tutorial. This is about you learning Yit dots. You're learning the asanas and getting the flow. So once you know what you're doing, once we start flowing and Yit dotsing it, it's going to make a lot more sense. All right, so we're going to shift that weight onto the right leg. You're going to feel, and I love when the weight shifts on my right leg, particularly. I love that. So here, you're going to lift the left knee up. The left leg, flexing the foot. This is pointed, this is flexed, this is neutral. So we're flexing, and then we're going to turn the knee out, and then sit down, and the knees on the bottom part of the quadriceps, and you're going to sit down, pushing your hips back, pushing your glutes back. Keep your chest up, and sit as far as you can. Try not to push your hip out too much. Try to kind of keep it in. Kind of squeeze everything in, find that center, and take a seat. Whew. And squeeze, mula bandha, and come up. Oh. All right, beautiful. Let's do that on the other leg. Okay, so you're squeezing and engaging the core. I want you to bring the weight onto that left leg. Squeezing the belly button to the spine. Lift the right leg up. You can start your hands off wherever they feel comfortable. And then bring the ankle onto the bottom part of the quadricep, the thigh, and slowly lower down. Really spread the toes so you can really declare your freedom, knowing that you're holding this pose because you want to. And come up. Okay, so I've done standing pigeon in all directions. Well, except posterior, however you get it. All right, so now let's start the Yit dots, the first pose. I promise you I wasn't stalling. I really wanted you to get it because sometimes these figure four poses look a lot more complicated than they are. So, okay, we're here. So, first, let's pick the side you're going to start on. I'm going to start off by shifting onto my right leg. And then you can start on that side too, so we're together. And then I'll show you the first Yit dots move. Remembering that Yit dots is an acronym that stands for Yoga is the Dance of the Soul. And I want you guys to continue on going to the website, checking out our other videos, seeing that what we have to offer as far as services, and sending your videos in at YITDOTSFitness.com. Please check us out. Remembering it's spelled out all the letters. Yoga is the dance of the soul. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, so we're standing somewhere in the middle of our mat, and I want you to stand up tall, take a deep breath in, shift the weight to the right leg. We will start by bringing the left ankle onto the bottom of the thigh, okay? And then push your hips back, hands are in prayer pose, keep the foot flexed, and sit. Okay, this is where we will begin the Yit dots. So the first choreography, we'll bring the hands forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. So it's you come up a little and then sit. Come up a little and sit. Come up a little and sit. Come up a little and sit. Okay, that's the first one. I like it. I hope you like it. Let's go to the other side and I'll show you on the other leg. We always want to have balance within the body because there's always going to be one side that's easier, one side we favor. That's okay. Still, let's do it on both so that we can gain that mobility in both, sides of our body. We want to make sure that kinetic chain is off the chain or not off the chain. All right, let's roll. So from here, shift the weight to your left leg. Lift the right leg up, flex the foot, and then open out the knee to the side as you bring the ankle on the bottom of the thigh. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to heart center as you lower down. And this is the beginning. From here, send it out and sit. 2, 3, 4, and hold. Now, did I do that right? I think I did it right. Yes. 1. Okay, let me make sure. So I want to make sure we have the right transitions. 1. Yes, that's it. So it's up and down. And this is where we end. Up, down, up, down. Okay, that's 1. Let's go to 2. 2 is a good one. We're going to be drumming. Okay, so let's go. All right, so we'll start at 1, and then we'll add in the drumming 2. And think of the drums being where your leg crosses. That's the drum. All right, let's go right into it. Shift the weight onto the right leg. Lift the leg up, left up. Flex the foot. Take a deep breath in. And bring that ankle onto the bottom of the thigh. And sit down as you bring the hand to heart center. Chest is up. Take a deep breath in. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and drum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. That's it. That's the 4th movement. You can make that drumming as wild and as spontaneous and as curvaceous as you'd like. That's the creativity I want you to bring to your YITDOTS, because you're YITDOTers, and YITDOTers should be able to create. All right, so we're going to the other side. So standing up tall, squeezing in the belly button to the spine. Take a deep breath in, and exhale as you shift the weight to the left leg. Take a deep breath in, and exhale as you lift the right leg up, flexing the foot. And turn the ankle out, turn the knee out, and then put the ankle on the bottom of the thigh. And bring your hands to heart center as you sit at the seat of your soul, pushing your hips back. Let's start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and drop. 2, 3, and 4, and here. That's it. That's it. So when we end, 1, 2, 3, 4, we go right into the drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, drum it. And then the drumming, you can end it here, but it's going to go right into the next move, which is going to be crescent lunge. Crescent lunge is basically a runner's lunge. It's basically a lunge. So it's going to be interesting. We're actually going to be turning to the other side and incorporating both pigeons. So standing pigeon on the right and then standing pigeon on the left. So let's see how this goes. This will require more balance, which means more fun, more creativity. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Shift the weight onto your right leg. Lift the left leg up, flexing the foot. Bring the ankle to the thigh. And sit down as you push your hips back. Bring your hands to heart center. The key is also not looking at your moving limbs. So as you're thrusting your hands forward, don't look at that. Look at the stillness in the middle. Okay, keep the abs engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it goes. Here. We land here. Does that make sense? Hold on. Let me make it make sense to me. All right, so we're here. Let's start again. The weight is on our right leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and send the leg over. And we're in crescent lunge. This is it. And the way it goes back into standing pigeon is we go right into the other side. And we end. So this is where it all comes together. So let's do it on the other side and see how it looks. Write in the comments, tell me if you like it. Tell me if at day 20, if you're like, you know what, I love these YITDOTS moves. However, I think I can handle even more complicated moves, or maybe more inversions, or something that challenges my upper body even more combined with my lower body. Let me know where you are in your practice and what you'd like to see YITDOTed as our YITDOTS daughters. So let me know and send me information on the website, YITDOTSFitness.com. And remember, YITDOTS is that acronym that stands for Yoga is the Dance of the Soul. So I want to know how you feel. I want to know how you want to flow. How deep do you want to go within these 30 days? Because we have 10 days left. So incrementally, it's going to get more challenging. However, it's still going to have elements where we all can attain to. So I want to make sure that I have a little bit of something for everyone. So let me know where you are in your practice, and I'll make sure we put it in to what we do in the next 10 days. Okay, let's go for it. All right, we're on the other side. Standing up tall. Remember, we're starting in standing pigeon. Take a deep breath in. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Shift the weight to the left leg. Raise the right foot up, flexing the foot, and cross it. In that figure 4, take a seat, pushing the hips back. And let's start. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here and back. So we went from crescent lunge back to standing pigeon. That's everything. That was the crescendo. That was the thing that you didn't know was coming. That's what crescendos are for me anyways. So we're going to do it one more time on each side. I hope you have it. I hope you're going to rewatch the video and really learn it and send me the videos to show me how you put your spin on this, literally your spin, and we're going to make it work. So the last 2 times, we're going to do it in silence. And you notice that I switch that kind of up feeling. So it was up when the arms are open, but I actually upped it when my arms are here. I want you to play around with that. See where it flows for you. When you do it in silence, you'll actually be able to feel out where you want that transition to go. And I still want to know what music you feel like goes best with this choreography and the other ones you've been doing. So let's continue. So we're here. In silence, we're going to move. I'll guide you through the getting in, and then you just go for it and just flow. 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Send that heart space, that energy forward, that love. And shift the weight to your right leg, lifting the left leg up, flexing the foot, and turn the ankle out. And then take a seat at the seat of your soul, pushing your hips back and going at your own pace. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm so loving standing pigeon because there's not many balance poses that you can kind of hop in so quickly and then regain your balance. So this is perfect for these transitions. Let me know what you think, what you're feeling, how the momentum's working for you. All right, let's do it one more time on the other side, and then we're going to go into our meditative flow for today, our practice. Okay, let's do this. So take a deep breath in, standing towards the top of your mat, but somewhere in the middle. And roll your shoulders up, back, and down. All right, shift the weight onto the left leg. Lift the right foot up, flexing the ankle, flexing the foot, and then turn the knee out as you bring the ankle onto the thigh and take a seat. Pushing the hips back, pushing your glutes back. 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Whew. Okay, that took a little bit of something to get that balance. However, the more you do it, the more you'll feel it. Okay, this is good. So we're going into our meditation for today, something just inward. And I want us to stand in mountain pose. So mountain pose for me is like a standing horse pose, a standing savasana, where you're standing, but at the same time, very relaxed. So I want you to feel this out. Feet can be about hip distance apart or wider. Palms facing forward in this anatomical position. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. We're not going to do any movement. We're simply going to hold it. Make sure your head is stacked on top of your shoulders, not protruding forward. Engage the core and breathe. From here, I want us to just focus in that solar plex area and just feel the light emanating from it, the light inside of us. So feel that area, the heat, the fire within you, the softness of it too, the glow, and just be mesmerized by your own light. So hold and breathe and feel. Breathing in and out through your nose if you can. Make sure you plant your feet down within all 4 corners. Keeping that heart space open, remembering to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Palms facing forward. Standing up tall, lifting up from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. Once again, focusing on that solar plex and just breathing through this in and out of your nose. Continue to move that energy back to that solar plex area. Try not to divert too much. The mind wanders, however, just allow your mind to sit still for a moment. Pick it up later. All the thoughts that you're having, you can definitely return to those thoughts afterwards. But just for this moment, sit it down and focus in that solar plex area, the heat, the light, the beauty, be mesmerized. And here, take 2 more breaths. And take a deep breath in. Float your arms up, Looking up towards your fingertips, arch back, and then slowly lower your hands down from the crown of your head, down through the throat chakra, and then to the heart, and then down towards the solar plex. And just give yourself a hug. Kind of hold yourself, embrace yourself for this practice, for this time. And release. Whew. We did it. Day 20. I hope you guys appreciate the timing of this. I know sometimes when we do this later, more of you are able to attend, so I definitely hope you're enjoying this. I will see you all tomorrow and continue on practicing. It gets better, it gets better. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Namaste.